Octopus are such cool creatures. They're incredibly intelligent. The first time I came across octopus was when I first started learning how to dive, and we're off the coast of Wellington at a place called Breakers Bay. And the person who was teaching us how to dive had a jar with some food in it. And he put it out in the center of this area, and we watched this octopus come out of a crack and then somehow figure out how to open up a jar, got the food, and then happily went off again. So they're pretty awesome. So one day when we were collecting samples for some testing, I was diving with my dive buddy. Now, you always dive with a dive buddy. It's part of your safety things for diving. And so we were getting samples, and I felt this tugging on my arm, and I thought, that's odd. That's not the signals that we use. We usually tap our tanks, or we've got a little blower that would make a noise. And I thought, oh, well, it mustn't be too serious. And so I ignored him. Anyway, next thing, I felt a tug about my shoulder level, and I thought, okay, something's definitely going wrong. For some reason, he can't communicate with me other ways. So I stopped collecting my samples, and I started to look over, and then all of a sudden, my vision went out, completely out. I could see nothing at all. And the last thing I had seen, just before that happened, was a couple of suckers coming onto my dive mask. And yep, sure enough, I had an octopus crawling up me. And what he'd ended up doing is coming across my face completely. So his head and body was here, and his legs were tangled around the back of my head. And so I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So I started to try pull his legs off. That didn't work. I tried to purge my regulator so all the bubbles went up over him. That didn't work either. I tried to pull him off, and all that did was pull my whole mask up and flood my mask with water. So then I was trying to clear a mask with an octopus over the top of it. It's getting pretty awkward. To be honest, at that stage, I had run out of ideas. We were over 20 meters deep with our sample collecting. I knew I wouldn't be able to find my way up. So I prayed, and I prayed hard. Within about 15 seconds, that octopus let go, thank goodness, thank the Lord, and he swam off into the crack where I was collecting all the specimens from. Now, also in that crack was a whole lot of crayfish. So I was like, yay, I finally cleared my mask properly. All the crayfish freaked out because octopus will eat crayfish, and they all flew out at me. It was like I was getting hit in the face with all these bullets. I was pretty disorientated by that stage, but thankful that I actually got out of the situation. Now, octopus, incredibly intelligent creatures, but they're also at threat as well. They're at threat for overfishing. They're also at threat from all the pollution we're putting in the ocean. So the best thing to do for them is to protect their marine environment, and that's making sure they don't lose any more habitat than what they have so far, and also making sure that we're doing things like our beach cleanups and our rubbish pickups, and making sure we're disposing of things properly.